Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. Kerry Washington has returned to Broadway alongside Stephen Pasquale, Jeremy Jordan, and Eugene Lee in Christopher Demos Brown's riveting new play, American Son, directed by Kenny Leon. And I caught up with all of them on opening night.
You know, I just feel so lucky to be part of a production that is about something. You know, I mean, we are doing the show, and at the end of the night or the afternoon, it feels like people's hearts are cracked open a little bit, and they want to talk. They want to talk about who they are. They want to talk about parenting and race and love and identity and policing and politics and all of it. So I'm just grateful to be a part of something that's inspiring people to have really necessary conversations right now.
The stakes and energy of your character are so high when it starts throughout the entire play. What is it like to play as an actress?
It's stressful. It's very stressful. So I try to do a lot of things in between shows to help my nervous system and keep my adrenals in the right place and just really try to take care of my wellness, you know, because it is a very stressful world that Kendra is living in, and I want to give that my all. So I have to make sure when I'm not being Kendra that I'm really taking care of Kerry.
Scott is sort of an old-fashioned, slightly conservative. He feels like he's got maybe the market share on what's right and wrong. He's an FBI agent in southern Florida. He's a taskmaster. He's got a military background, but puts his family first, loves his wife and his child, immeasurably. And, the divide that this couple can't seem to cross in this play is really what the evening is about. And it's a really beautiful and hard conversation.
Working with this company, the four of you up there are the perfect ensemble. What was it like being in the rehearsal room with Kenny and finding this play together?
Really meaningful to me. Christopher Demos Brown, he's never had a play on Broadway. He's a full-time practicing prosecutor and attorney in southern Florida. He writes at night. And so he came up here to see his Broadway debut from his full-time gig in Miami. It just feels really special for us to be able to be that for him. The play is just really good and smart, and so we all wanted to get it right for Chris.
Well, Officer Larkin is a really tricky character because he has to ride that sort of line between two lines. The line between, dramatic and humor, and then also the line between, is this guy really kind of a bad racist dude, or is he just kind of ignorant and, really trying to help? And so you want to try to stay on the top of those lines. You want to stay more dramatic. You want to say more of that guy trying to help, because otherwise you can fall into these really strange traps of the character that sometimes, early on in the performance, people are laughing. I was like, I'm not trying to be that funny, but because, it's a very... He's a character that I think that a lot of people can see in themselves at moments. That's sort of I hadn't realized that I had just said something, or I hadn't realized that I had unintentionally, been this way or spoke this way or acted this way towards people. He's really sort of embodiment of that in our show, while at the same time, you want to have sympathy for the character because he really is just trying to do his job and work for his family. And it's like I said, it's that line because you want to like him, but then you just can't. And then it's a real fun challenge to do.
This play speaks the truth from 360 degrees around this particular issue. And if there's two things that I like to do with my work, I want to tell the truth and I want to be clear. Clarity and truth. And when I can do that, and when a play does that, that tells me that play is special. This is the kind of play that changes things, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Now talk about the role that you play. Who is Lieutenant Stokes? What can you tell us?
He's strictly by the book, been doing this for a long time kind of guy, and no nonsense. And I think that's who he is in a nutshell. Yeah.
What I love about this play is you hear all different sides. It's so riveting to watch. What's it like playing with your other actors on stage in this show?
Oh, it's rich, man. It's what every actor wants. When we go into this together and we sing this song together and tell this wonderful story every night together. And that's just a joy to do. And it doesn't get any better than this.
I can finally say welcome to Broadway. How does it feel?
Yes, it feels awesome. Say that again?
Welcome to Broadway. How does it feel?
Thank you. It feels pretty fantastic.
It's got to be so incredible. What a way to return. I mean, to come here with this incredible company of actors led by Kenny Leon?
Yeah, it's kind of like a dream come true. And in addition to being all fabulous, well-known, talented people, they're all also really delightful people to work with. So I kind of hit it out of the park, I guess. Got super lucky. Yeah.
How did you come about to write this? There's so much to this story, to the characters you've written. There's so many sides.
Well, I sort of drew on a lot of life experience, did some research with friends who I know two women who are African American and married to white men who I interviewed extensively. I worked as a prosecutor, so I worked with police for a long time and interviewed some police. And then usually when I build a character, I borrow consciously or unconsciously from people I know. So that's more or less, I guess, how these characters came about.
Well, I think this play it's great because it happens in real time. It's like 80 minutes, and I want the audience to feel what the actors on stage are feeling, what the characters are feeling, and to see that marriage between audience night after night with the artist. It's just what great theater is made of.
And the excitement of working on a brand new Broadway play with this incredible play right next to you.
Oh, working on a new American Broadway play is nothing better. And Chris Demos Brown, he's a beast to be reckoned with. So I hope he gets an opportunity to bring his next 2 or 3 plays to Broadway.